What's good, guys? It's been a minute. Been a minute, man. Let's see if my mic's actually working. It is working. Good, good, good. What's good, guys? What is good, man? Let's see. I mean, listen, I need to see who's all here. Let me see who, the real ones are. Obviously, I haven't streamed as much as I used to. Yeah, what the fuck are we listening to? I don't fucking know, bro. It's on a playlist, Joe. What's up, Fox? What's up, Sports Team? What's up, Joe? All my guys. What's up, 420? What's up, Ado? What's up, Alien Conglomeration? What's up, Alien Gathering? Why do we have all these aliens in here, bro? Another viewer TV. I don't know if that's a bot account, but I always see it in here. Um, Let's see. We got bands in here. We got Big Bank J. We got Danking Around. We got Giants fan. Shout out for that sub before, man. As well as Fox. Appreciate you as well. What's up, Lazul? What's up, man? What's up, Joel Lazul? What's up, Len Griffey, Killy, Josiah himself, Mr. Stats. What's up, El Rose, though? Make Tyler. What's up, 2K Labs, man? I see you, Matt. I see you in here. Cameron's in here. We got Dietrich, Putback. We got Rogue. We got Rome, New York. Snaggio, Sophia Fox. I think it's familiar. I don't know why I think it's familiar. SPC King Jones. Steve Haight. And C's, I see you in here. I see Milo. What's up, guys? What's up, man? Appreciate you guys coming in. It's been a long time since I've actually streamed. They're coming for you. Warriors game is going to be coming for your neck. Anyway, guys, so like I said, today we're going to be discussing some things. We're going to be talking about the NBA 2K League trades. I just realized it's all cut off. Oh, well. We're going to transition over into the other screen because I want to say, so for all you guys, welcome to, holy shit, the chat is all messed up. Hang on. And it's a correct one. Hang on. Whew. Okay. All right, guys. Well, welcome. Let me get the correct graphic on the screen. This is actually a graphic I was working on for the retainments. But, so, today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be talking about three topics. I'm pretty sure this is like episode 6 of 2kCrossFire. So, welcome for all my friends on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get some more engagement on that YouTube channel, guys. Let's get that going. Like I said, so today we're going to be doing NBA 2K League trade breakdowns. We're going to be talking about some retainment predictions. We're going to do 3v3 switch predictions. We're going to be doing quite a few things today. And it's only me, okay? And that's how it should be. I don't, I like having everyone on, but I do want to have my own opinion. So, like I said, let me just make sure I have the Discord overlay correct. So when I do have people come in here from the Discord, if we do want to discuss some things, but like I said, I like to bring people in. So if you guys do want to come into the stream and discuss and kind of give your opinions, you are more than welcome to do that. Like I said, this is an open dialogue. I'm just fixing something quick, and then we'll be good. We'll be squared away. Right, there we go. All right, so now we have the overlay. So we have the OBS stuff. So this is going to be like the graphic that I'm going to use for retainment predictions. Actually, yeah, I know, Len. I'm updating the I'm still updating this. So there's still some things that I'm actually working on getting like fixing on here. I haven't. That's what I was talking about. I was working on off broadcast. I'm still fixing this. This is an old graphic. Like I said, I haven't updated it completely, but I am working on updating it. I know that he's on the Magic now. Uh, wait, Rain no longer on the Oh, you're saying he's no longer on the Magic? Oh yeah, because he's on the Blazers. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a while since we had a champ stream, and also it doesn't help that how many people got traded this year. The amount of people that have been traded this season is so stupid, dude. Like, it's insane how many people traded. And talking about trades, actually, we'll jump into that first and kind of discuss some of these trades. Let me just make sure I put Saucy's picture where I want it to be before I transition over into the other graphic. Yeah. 37.5% of all active players have been traded, champ. Wow. That's such a Josiah stat right there. Let me tell you what, man. I've Josiah always has like the craziest analytics. I swear to God, this dude has like you name that analytic, Josiah probably has it. And that's what I like about Josiah is he's always keeping on top of numbers. I wish I had the analytics this year for the NBA 2K League. That would be nice. It'd actually be nice to know that I had the analytics for the NBA 2K League, but I don't, unfortunately. Um, did we get a confirmation? I know we recently had a suspension going on. So did we ever get a confirmation on the situation um, with Jazz? Because I know they had some players get suspended for a game. Um, the that is the most Josiah stat of all time, dude. Like Josiah probably has like a stat out there how many times NBA 2K League players have sneezed in the fourth quarter type shit. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely out there. Like Josiah definitely has that stat. Like Josiah's like, yeah, I calculated that on average players sneeze 3 times every time in the fourth quarter. Like it's something like that. What's up, Glizzy? How's it going, man? You know what's crazy is I would not rule it out that he has that. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't rule out that Josiah has that type of stat because I knowing Josiah he does. Need to put Doc on here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to finish this. Like I was trying to finish this, and people were DMing me to go live because it's getting late. So I wanted to make sure that I had this ready, but obviously it's not finished. But I wanted to have all the rosters laid out in front of me just so I can kind of break it down a little better. Um, I have all the NBA 2K League headshots. I just have to drag them in and then put them where they're supposed to be. So is Antoine playing point guard for the Cavs, guys? I need to like kind of get that. Like, I'm kind like some people have told me he's the point guard. Like Fakey at lock. That's they're doing. That's what they're doing. Okay, I was just curious about that one too. I was gonna ask about that one. Um, the Fakey's at lock. Okay, that's what it's been so insane with all these freaking moves and stuff like that. It's like I don't even know where people are going at this point. It's crazy. Doc's at shooting guard. Go see. They put Doc or Faiz. I'll put. Let me switch this then. Switch these. I feel like Fakey's played so many positions this year. We'll make an expansion bucket too. Like so, like what I mean by that is I'm going to show like the entire like thing of like expansion. Okay. So Fakey's playing lock. So Fakey is playing lock. Okay. Is there anything else on this graphic that's incorrect? I know I have to get the shoot. The hell? Hang on. It's been so long, guys. Who the hell did the? Who am I missing on the Blazers? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Lav. They have Lav on that team now. So is Randoms going to shooting guard? Is that what is that the like what do they do? Like what are they even doing with that? Like who's the shooting guard of like I don't understand who's the shooting guard of that team. Dude, this is so bad. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like I don't even know who the shooting guard right now of the Blazers is. Is it gonna be like does anyone actually know like the actual question? I know that there may be a person from the Blazers in here. I don't know. Who is the shooting guard of the Blazers right now? Because I don't know. I really don't know who's playing shooting guard. Anyone? I'm waiting for someone to say something to me because I've yet to hear anything. Would it be Lav? Would they put Lav at shoot? I don't think they put Lav at shooting guard. The 3 first-round picks is their shooting guard. So their roster right now at this point is just like filler people. Like they just have people filled in. That's all that is at this point. That's what it looks like at least. So they're just waiting to fill the void that position. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. That's just I don't know, dude. That's insane. There's literally no shooting guard on this team, bro. They literally just said the season's over, guys. We're going to just call it wraps. All right, so I'll put Randoms there for now, even though he's not actually the shooting guard. This team is kind of just like they have a roster together just to have a roster, but they're not actually like playing. I wonder how practice goes for the Blazers. You know what I mean? Like you just know your season's over. You know what I mean? That's got to be tough. And then Rain's on the this team, right? The Pacers. That should be correct, right? Yeah, I don't have a picture of Mario because Mario missed media day. So, yeah. Am I correct on that one? Few book stuff. What? As a what? Oh, question book stuff? Is that what you're saying? Gotta put dimes on the Bucks. Oh yeah. They have Plondo here. Alright, so that graphic is gonna be correct after that, right? I'm pretty sure, right? It should be correct after I put dimes on the Bucks. Good eye there though, Bands. Good eye. I like you, Bands. What you got? Change Rim's name. Oh yeah, let me go through the names. Q book. Is that his like thing now? I mean I don't want to change it to Q book. Q book's tough at the two. I heard you know what's funny? Like no troll. Like I actually heard that like Randos is like I mean I know he played like four, but I heard he's not actually bad at guard if they're actually putting him at I mean I personally did not watch much of him at that position, but I've heard things. What did you say? You said change rim. The fuck is wait, am I crazy, bro? Like where is rim like I'm blind right now, hang on. Oh, Rim's name is Walnut. Rim, you don't look much you don't look like a walnut to me. Okay. Yeah. Good eye, guys. That's why I have you guys around. Okay. The East, I've been still working. The East is a little easier because no one's been doing trades like that in the East. Like, I don't think many teams have actually done that many trades in the East. I think there's been a lot more West trades. Oh yeah, West that competes on lock. Forgot Follow was so asset locked that they had to take him off it. Isn't that crazy, bro? Imagine getting fired. You're crazy. I'm trolling. I'm trolling Follow, but that whole Jazz team, dude. Like, I'm gonna give my opinion on the Jazz real quick, just because we're I'm talking about them. Listen, you know me. You know I don't have the best relationship with their coach and GM, but it has been hell for them. And I actually feel bad for them this year. Like they've been kind of, I mean, it's on them, but like they've been just so up and down, and like they lose these first, like they get them getting first rounded twice, so bad, especially for a team that's like looking for that title, and like they can't even get past the first round of tournaments. Yeah, I gotta change that. I gotta change that one too. Like I said, I was doing this off broadcast and it was such a hassle. This is what I do for you guys. I don't stream for a long time and I make a beautiful graphic for you guys so you have all the rosters in front of you. I'm the only one who makes this graphic. I'm the only person that probably can, like, out of most content creators, I'm probably the only person that can actually edit graphics. Lenient power forward. This is going to be very interesting retainment predictions. Like, I'm actually going to have a lot of fun with this. What's good, Gazuli, man? How you been, man? You still play? I feel I have not talked to you in forever, Gazuli. I'll be doing well, man. Doing well, Gazuli. Gazuli. I love that name, bro. That's a dope. I think Gazuli is a dope name, by the way. It's like I know it's just it's different. Like I don't know many Gazulis. Is that like what kind of name is Gazuli? Curious. Grinding school, bro. Yeah, man. Me too, man. Grinding school and all that shit. Yeah, the life, education, man. Higher education, man. Great thing. That takes a lot of your freaking time. Is there anybody else that's wrong on this graphics? I know I have to change May to the center on this one. I know someone mentioned that one, so we'll change May here. Uh, got 50 people in here. I love you guys, man. I really do. I appreciate. I missed you guys a little, man. I really did. Like it's been too long. I kind of served an injustice to you guys, not actually like streaming and stuff like that. Because I know some of you guys, like you guys always be supporting. I appreciate all the people. It's Albanian. That's what it is. My best friend's Albanian. Should have known that one. Albanian. Um, I know some words in Albanian. Badala, Chashina Nomen, Corv. You know what I'm saying. Don't tell anybody what I'm saying though. All right, don't tell them what I'm saying. All right, Chashina Nomen. Hide news. I think. Wait, is it hide news? I don't know how to fucking like if I'm saying that right. Ida, Badala. Yeah, banded us. Yeah, I banded you for. Oh, you don't know Albanian? Okay, never mind, dude. All right, good. I'm glad you don't understand Albanian. I wonder if anyone like in here actually understands Albanian because what I said was I said some bad things. I said some very bad things. Someone's gonna like start googling what I'm saying and like expose and champ, expose him. Some of these pictures of you guys, like these players, bro, I swear. My favorite is the Hornets pictures. All right, we're about to have the graphic ready, and then once we have everybody on here, we're gonna talk about the trades. Like we're gonna go through all those trades because so many trades happen in this like this cycle, dude. Like it's insane how many trades have happened this season, actually. Oh man. While I'm doing this, where's my prediction? Hmm, down too far. So I need to ask you guys, what is your thoughts on 3v3 chat? Like honestly, this is a safe place. What do you guys think about 3v3? Do you think it's good for the league? Do you guys think 3v3 is good for the NBA 2K League? Like do you guys watch how many of you guys actually like you guys watch 3v3? I know a lot of people in here are 5v5 people. So like honest opinion of your guys' thoughts on everything. Wait, is this stick? Yeah, of course that's stick. I know what carry looks like. Why the hell did I Wrong picture. That's Carrie's picture. I didn't edit it yet. Oh my god, bro. Hmm. Is anyone going into the NBA 2K League playoffs? Or any of you guys actually going to the playoffs? I'm just curious. Is anyone going to the NBA 2K League playoffs? Like besides like the players I like that are going to be there. Like is anyone like outside of the league or anybody I like I know I'm going to be there for the NBA 2K League playoffs. I'm just curious who else is going to be there. Uh I know I'll definitely be there. I'll see what I'm going to be doing, like who I'm going to be staying with. If it's to grow the league, they would be better with fives. They did with threes, retailed with teams. Yeah, my opinion about the 3v3, and this is something I always make sure that I give credit to this idea from Harris. What I think they need to do, I think they need to make it to where um they need to either they need to have a three they need to have 3v3 in the so 6 months of 5v5, 6 months of 3v3. This way, there's players who have a year-round contract, so then they can actually go buy a house. Lav knows about this. I hate there's more than one Lav. Lazul, I'll call him Lazul. He knows about this. Like when he went, like when you go to buy a house, you have to have you have to show 2 years of of some type of income. And like for me, when I bought I just bought my house. A lot of people know I bought a house recently. Um, you have to show 2 years income, and the problem is when you only show like these 6 month increments, you can't go buy a house. So it's like it fucks up everything for you. You have all this money, but you can't do anything with it realistically. So like they need to change that. Man, gotta. I'm going to the ticket. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd go to the ticket if I could. Unfortunately, with school, like doesn't line up correctly. Like I thought about going to the what do you call it? The last tournament for 5v5, but I got so busy with school. I had to make sure that I had to do well in my exam because I have really like at school like I'm a nursing school. So like I had to make sure I did really well. I got a 93 on my exam, so it was worth it. So shout out to me. But yeah, I had to study for exams. Cool. Okay, so is everything correct in this graphic, guys? So we got Dre FT, Gallo, BPC, Sav, Tate, Ant, Unguardable, King Hod, Fana, Cap, 630, Trey Dollars, DJ, J Money, Witness, B Smooth, Glenn, Original Malik, Jen, Jiden, Kenny, B Rich, Eli, Tazo, Hezzy, Authentic, Icy, One is on the Hornets, Stick, Snubby, Snubby at lock. That's the one I'm not 100%. Mean Streets, Saint, Awkward, DT, Bully, Don, J Rod, Putback, Dietrich, Crown, Harry Jr., Matty, Steez, Type, Medina, Yusuf, Colt, Barton, Hotshot, Saucy, J, um, Glow, May, Shots, Hondo, Dave Fry. Okay, so I think both of these are done. So what we'll do now, we make sure these are saved properly because I'm going to be using this for future graphics. So this is kind of like a multiple. So what we'll do first is we're going to go over to this graphic. Okay. So this is basically this is going to be like my NBA 2K League trades. So we're going to talk about like winners and losers in trades so far. That's going to be the first topic we're going to be talking about here on episode 6. Um, so this is the Faiz and Doc trade. I know I kind of got it. I mean, not Faiz and Doc trade. The Doc and Jiden trade, and it's a very interesting trade just because Doc was somebody who started off the season very well, kind of slowed down. Um, was very, was someone that we thought was going to come out this year and kind of step up and take that star role that Taco is kind of praising for. And he was okay, but then it looked like he was just figured out at one point. And it was kind of like he can't be that guy. He can be that side guy, but he can't be the primary. Um, Jaden, the guy who's kind of a young star, not a star, young, player that's pretty, pretty solid, pretty good. I've seen him progressively getting better, and I like what I see out of him. I really like this trade for the Nets. I think this trade was amazing for the Nets, and I still like it now to this point. I think the fact that also they got the Cavs first round pick. It's the Bucks GG pick. So the Nets have the Bucks first round pick, which it's going to be a middle pick probably at this point. Middle, maybe if they make playoffs, it might be later. Who knows? But right now it's a middle pick, and the Cavs got a second round pick out of it, which I really don't like this for the Cavs at all, to be honest with you. So like, if I want to get my opinion about this at this point, I think that this trade is kind of in the Nets' favor. So for this one, Uh, I'm gonna go Nets is the winner of this trade so far. Um, Cavs. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Cavs as the loser for this trade. I'm gonna go with the Nets as the winner. So that's going to be the first trade. That's my winners and losers for this trade. Okay. Up next, okay. So up next is the Nets and Hornets trade. Um, my opinions about this one. This was pretty dead even. This trade, I didn't really. I feel like this was just two players who haven't really been that good. It was just a swap, maybe for personalities, just to change up the locker room personalities. So far, even at this point with this trade, I feel like no one has like completely won or lost this trade. So like, in my opinion, if I was to give my evaluation of this trade, I think this is probably a 50-50 trade. Both teams, I think, kind of made off even with this trade. It wasn't really like anything that like one team got over the other. I would say that this is a 50-50 trade. That's what I'll go with this one. Uh, so name that real quick. Hornets Nets. But yeah, I mean, like, there's not really anything like crazy about this trade in my opinion. Nothing that at least like has like had a player dramatically be way better than the other, in my opinion. Um, let's see. So up next, let's go to this trade. Another one that this is another trade. Hang on, let me just get both logos real quick. So for this trade, this is another one I think that's kind of just a dead even trade so far, in my opinion. I don't think either of these players have been having that like a crazy year. Swan, I feel like it was a little better than Icy, but I also think that they're trying to get that no tolerance team together on the Hawks. So I mean, that's kind of what it looks like at this point. It looks like no tolerance in the NBA 2K League. The Hawks have looked better as the year has gone and progressed. So I mean, I think it's a good trade for the Hawks just because they get like I guess they get their group of guys that are all like favor of one another. So I don't think that's a bad thing for them. And I just think that like no one in this trade has like dramatically taken a leap forward with like getting these players. So this was kind of just a dead trade in my opinion. It was kind of just a trade to trade. Maybe personnel. I heard some things. Um, what do I think the Hawks' biggest issue is? Um, I think the biggest issue for the Hornets is their defense. Uh, and their inconsistencies on offense and the ability for them to create and shoot. Steves was somebody who was very good in the pre-draft, very very like good guard, and then he got to the league and he kind of slowed down. He's gotten progressively better as we've gone. I also just don't think the Witness's game really fits Steves, and also I think Witness has a very old style of shooting guard. Like he has to put the ability to put, he needs a better ability to put the ball on the floor. So I feel like that kind of stunts them a little. And Hotshot's defense, like Hotshot in the pick and roll, Hotshot has got like had better spurts compared to others, but like defensively, Hotshot doesn't step up correctly. And he kind of lets his locks die. So I mean, that's kind of just their biggest problems, in my opinion. Um, if I were to give my evaluation of that team, Hornets, I mean, they don't have a point guard. I mean, they don't have a point guard. They kind of just like they had a lot of situations. Like DJ and DJ hasn't looked too bad, and you have Crown, Icy. I mean, turned out the way I kind of expected him to, and Glenn. I mean, Glenn's been having the best year out of all of them. That's their best player at this point, but they don't have a true point guard on that team. So that's kind of why both these teams haven't been doing well. Um, but yeah, that's going to be my evaluation of this Hornets and Hawks trade. Up next is the read for 6:30. At first, a lot of people were, I know, Joe and LM, they really liked Reed on the Sixers, and once that trade happened, a lot of people were questioning if this 6:30 situation would work out. Obviously, now that they've won the tournament, it's definitely so far the Sixers are the winner in this trade. So let me just get the logos real quick. So you have Sixers. So, well, if I was to give my evaluation of this trade, um, still think that I feel like that they're definitely the winner so far. Like has to be the Sixers, but I also don't think that like I don't think it's been horrible for the Pacers either. Um, but I also don't like the idea of trading an MVP for that. You're getting KO'd with the ads. Oh man. I'll let you let me I'll try to calm down the ads a little for you guys, man. I'll edit that for you. Let me I'll space them out. I'll do it every third. It'll do it every 30 minutes. All right. I changed it to where now you guys only get an ad every 30 minutes. All right. Should be every 30 minutes. Yeah. Every 30 minutes. I changed it to every 30 minutes now, Jeff. There we go. This should be better for you now, Jeff. All right. So getting back to this. No, I do know that I had to set it to what Twitch wanted. I lined it up with what Twitch wants for ads because I get a special payment at the end of the month if I have it lined up a certain way. Um. Anyway, getting back to this though. So the Sixers and Pacers trade. Um. I like what I saw. Obviously, the Sixers. I mean, I like this trade at first. I didn't really like the idea of the Pacers trading away a MVP and Rookie of the Year away for a player that I felt like he's good, but he's not on that level of 630. So this from the moment this trade happened, it felt very unbalanced. And then it obviously worked out for the Sixers. And at this point, the Sixers are looking like a title contender, so they're definitely the winners of this trade. Um, I don't like the term loser for the Pacers because I feel like it still worked out in a way for the Pacers in a good way, but like you still trade away your superstar for a player that is like, I mean, at best can be a solid. Like he's a solid player, maybe close to a star, but not quite a star. Um, Reed's good, but like I don't know, like it's kind of tough for me to see that like when this trade happened initially, and at this point, even the results after it have kind of showed like that it was not like the best trade. And I felt like that they should have gotten more. Like they got a first round pick next year, and it's gonna be the Kings pick, which I mean that is a high pick too. So that is a good thing. Like that will be a high pick. So like, but at the same sense, it's like I don't know, man. It's so tough when you trade away a player that could is one of the best in the league. So that's how I look at this trade. So just real quick, Sixers, Pacers. All right, we're gonna be doing retainment predictions soon, guys. I'm just going through this portion real quick. All right. Okay, now this is an insane. Hang on. Okay, hang on, guys. So, how many teams are in this trade? Four. We have the Blazers. How many teams are in this trade? Jazz and Pacers. crazy how many teams are in this trade. And Blazers Magic. This trade, I can't believe how many teams. All right. So let's see. Let me give my winners and losers. This is kind of like a prediction, in my opinion. Okay, so the Jazz got Duck, and they traded Jen and their first round pick to receive a third round in Duck. That's just, I hate this trade for the Jazz. This is probably one of like the worst trades I've seen from the Jazz ever. Like you gave up a first and Jen for Duck, who has been having kind of like down year. This is the automatic loser, like one of the automatic losers. I don't care what anybody says. That's a bad trade. That looks like more of a panic trade for the situation. Very bad trade in my opinion. For the Jazz. Pacers got Big Rain. They traded Lavish in their second round pick, and they received a third round pick. So basically, it's like a second, whatever. I don't mind that second. I could probably end up being a solid player. Trade Lavish for. I mean, I felt like this was very in between for the Pacers. I mean, I like Rain, but I really liked Lav. I felt like Lav was a really good player. Why do you think they traded get Jen away? I think that they traded Jen away because of it just wasn't working out between the two players. I realize you can't even see half the screen. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think they traded Jen away. One, it probably wasn't working internally. There was probably a lot of issues going on between the players. To be honest with you, these are guys that I don't think take losing lightly, and they had to change. They had to fix something. They had to change something up. You know what I mean? They had to figure something else out. Like they couldn't just keep going with what they've been doing. So it's like, I mean, they just had to switch it up. But I don't like what they had to give away to get to that point. They kind of got ripped off, in my opinion. Like they like the Magic. The Magic are definitely like the Magic got. Oh, so wait, let me read this properly. So Lavish goes to the Blazers. Blazers trade Unguardable. They get the 2023 second round pick of Blazers give up their 2023 pick. Second round, they give up their third round pick. They receive two 2023 first round picks. So they get the Jazz and the Pacers first round picks. So the Blazers are 100% winners at this point because they're trading away players and getting multiple firsts to rebuild next year. And I like some pieces that they can already rebuild around. Great move by Cameron here. So I'm definitely putting them in the winners category for this trade. Um, so for the Magic, they get Unguardable and Jen. They trade Duck, Rain, 2023 third, and 2023 first, which was the Pacers pick. Receive two second 2023 round. They get the Pacers and the Blazers second round picks. I do like that they get on Unguardable. They get a solid PG. I'm pretty sure they still have a first round pick coming into next year, so they'll be able to still get a decent player. Um, I like this trade for them. I think that they'll end up being one of the winners in this trade. Um, Pacers, I think they're in my 50-50 category on this. There's a lot. This trade, there's a lot that happened in this trade. Like really breaking down this trade. Um, you're a Magic team. I don't really like Jen as a shooting guard, to be honest. I really don't think he's like that good of a shooting guard. I've always said that. I mean, that's just my opinions on him. So, um, but I do like the unguardable situation. I think that he's a good player. I think ultimately he'll end up being the player that goes to shooting guard, and then they can grab a PG next year, or they can put PG as an option. Um, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? I don't hate this team. I think that it works out for the Magic a lot. I think that they have those two second round picks that could be, possibly they can trade those two picks away, maybe get into the first. Who knows? But right now, I mean, it's not bad to have second round picks like that. So they have the first, then they have the 2 second rounds. So it work out very well for them. Um, what's next? Okay, so yeah, so that's my thoughts with this trade. I'm gonna save this one real quick. All right. So let's see what's up next. Oof. Um, talk about this one. This is a this is quite an interesting one here, to say the least, guys. Get all the team logos on this one. Kings. This was a this was a blockbuster trade, to say the least. Okay. So Warriors, Cavs, and Kings were involved in this trade. Um, Mama to the Warriors, automatic W. Regardless if whether or not, I mean, it has to work out right for it to be win. But like, you get a guy who I think has been starting to get in the better part of his season, and he jumps to a team that is a title contender, and it just ups the situation. I mean, he just has to make more shots than Antoine was, and Antoine wasn't making shit. So, um, I mean, Mama putting him in there. I mean, that's an upgrade for 5v5. 3v3 looked a little scary. I mean, they obviously got their shit together as they went through 3v3, but like, um, at first it looked scary, I should say. Um, Kings. So the Kings get Bash and Rim. They traded Mama, Walnut, in a third round, and they received a first round from the Cavs Legion game. Oh, so they get the Cavs top pick. They basically get a possible lottery pick. But they traded Mama and Walnut. They got Bash Rim and a first round pick, a lottery pick. I don't like this at all for the King. Actually, I think this is bad. I thought it was better than what I expected, but I actually don't like that at all. Um, so Cavs Legion trades Bash and Rim, a 2023 first round pick. He's a third round pick. So they basically gave up their lottery pick to get Walnut, which is not a bad situation because I mean you get a good center, basically your lottery pick there. So I don't hate this for the Cavs. I think it's 50-50 for me with the Cavs. Um, very in between in my opinion. Um, I'm not in love with it for the Cavs, but you get Walnut. What's going on, Mar? Just talking about some old NBA 2K League trades that we had throughout the season. I'm kind of just picking my winners and losers of all these trades, kind of breaking them down, kind of looking through them. Uh, I mean, you basically you use your lot. If that Cavs pick in the lottery ends up being a like, what if the Cavs get the number one pick in the lottery? That's gonna be terrible because like I love Walnut, but like having like like the number one pick, you're taking chance that that Cavs pick could be like the number one pick or something. Cavs are one of the worst teams. Like they're like one of the worst teams. So like if that pick ends up being like even a top three pick, I mean I don't like a top like one for a top three pick is not terrible in the sense, but like well, I don't like it. Antoine's gonna be crazy good at PG. Um. Oh yeah, I forgot Antoine's in the straight too. Um. I mean, Antoine's got to be able to shoot. Antoine's got to be able to shoot his shot. Like that's simple. Antoine can't shoot. It don't matter how I look at it. Like Antoine's got to be able to shoot the ball. Like I don't really think he's gonna be that good of a PG. But if it's out of lottery, then it's better. You know what I mean? That's a trade that will tell in time. You know what I mean? Like that's a pick that will tell in time. Well, it possibly can't be out of the lottery because you guys aren't making playoffs. Lottery is considered top 12, right? If I'm correct, guys, right? Like or top 12. That's a top 12. I haven't looked at this. Like I haven't like the league hasn't really like posted much on the standings of this season, so it's kind of I like the Walnut situation for you guys as long as he actually plays there next year. They can win the ticket. Oh, that's his point. Yeah. No. I don't think that's Cavs. All right, all right. Let me look at your guys. Shit, real quick. You guys are literally the last human. God. Oh God, you guys are the worst team in the freaking league, and you think you're gonna win the ticket? God, Walnut and Antoine. God. Oh God, man. This is I'm sick to my stomach right now. So you're telling me? I mean, you guys are in the Western Conference. You're in the West, fighting through. That's hell. That's hell. I think the Pacers are gonna win the ticket, dude. Be real. I think the Pacers are going to. That would be my prediction for the ticket. I think the Pacers are the team. I heard top four and 3v3 seeding also makes the pick a non-lottery. I'm just the messenger. Wait, what? What? Is that a thing? Wait, that's actually like a very interesting circumstance. How is the draft going to work? I didn't even think about that. Oh shit. Oh, damn. What happens if you're really good in 3v3? Wait, no, but how does the draft lottery work if we have two different seasons going on? Wait, wait a minute. That that is crazy. Wait a minute. How is like this? How's the draft gonna work? If I was like, let's say I won the 3v3 championship, but in 5v5 I didn't win a single game. What pick would I have in the draft? That's actually a really good question. I don't even know how that would work. Like how does the draft order work? I don't get that. Like, do they just go by overall record? Like, they add both records together, depending on your record? Wow, you could really fuck yourself. Like, you could really screw yourself over if you do good in one of the game modes because you get your pick gets later. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Wow, that's gonna be interesting. Huh, dude? Like, if you do really good in, I don't even know what to think about that. I need to like dig around and find out what happens. It's like I'm at like that sucks, bro. Like if you're a 3v3, if you're really good at 3v3 and bad at 5v5, but you win a 3v3 championship, you're gonna have like a higher pick even though your team's bad. It's like almost gonna skew the way the draft is now. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is gonna be an interesting down the line. Anyway, I don't think I exported. Save this one. Alrighty, let's see. Do we have any other trades? Oh, this one. I think this might be one of the last ones. Then we'll start doing retainment predictions. All right. So we have that's actually I'm sorry guys. I'm mind blown the fact that like really think about it, they're probably not good. Like if the Cavs, like let's say the Cavs won a 3v3 championship, they don't have a lottery pick. That's actually I wonder if anyone's actually like I mean I would assume about that like Yeah, but JT, how would their pick work? You know what I mean? Like, how do you calculate that? Do you just go by both? You just add both records up and like, you know what I mean? Like, what happens if you make the playoffs for 3v3 and not 5v5? Like, how does my pick work in the draft? It has to go off one or the other, and if it's both, then it's like you have to almost like add the entire records together to figure out the draft order, figure out the lottery, how it's going to be calculated. It was just a thought. Like, it's like very interesting. Um, that's what, yeah. Like there's a couple teams in this league. Like, there's a couple teams I feel like that are in that circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, that's actually a very good question. I wonder how many GMs actually know the answer to that question. I know there's GMs and coaches in here. Like, does anyone know how that works out for you guys? Like, I know your concern is to win right now, but like, I mean, part of you might not want to win. Want to have a better pick next year, rebuilding at least. Like the Blazers. You just commentate JT. I love JT, bro. JT be one of the funniest motherfuckers out. Um all right. So we have this let me break down this trade, and then we'll be getting over to my retainment predictions. All right. Ant season um went to the Knicks back. I felt like that has worked out pretty solid for them so far. So they'll be in that 50-50 category. Duck, I mean, the motherfucker's already been traded off the team. I mean, ultimately it worked out for the Magic, I guess, in a sense, because they ended up getting a PG. But in this initial trade, I definitely think that they lost this. Um, the Wizards, I mean, they made a deep run in a tournament. I mean, they did like Cap didn't perform in that one like series in the finals for the turn, but besides that, like pretty solid. Ty, I mean, the team has literally like he hasn't been like been all right, but they like fell apart anyway. The team blew up. I'm not saying it's all Ty's fault for that. But, like, team didn't like nothing excelled that team from that point. So, um, in my opinion, well, the one thing the Wizards did get like so the Kings did get the Wizards first round pick, but that's gonna be a high first. Someone else get a pick? Sixers pick. Yeah. So no, this is how I look at it. Wizards the winner, Knicks 50-50, Magic and Kings. My opinion. Um, Alrighty, what's up? A lot of the same teams made trades this year. Any more trades? Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, guys, that has been NBA 2K League trades, winners and losers. Uh, like I said, I mean, there's been a lot of trades this season. It's been kind of crazy, actually. Like, think about the amount of trades there are. But we are going to move on to our second topic of the night. Get everything ready. So we're going to actually move over to the NBA 2K League uh, payments. So we can do West or we can do East. What do you guys want to do first, chat? Do we do West or East first? Now we're moving on to the NBA 2K Retainment prediction. So, what do you guys want to do first? West or East? Probably run a poll. Run a poll. Run a poll. I'll run a poll for you. People don't like to write. People don't like to know. Um, which conference you want to do, West, JT? All right, hang on. West. West. Okay, we'll do. We'll just do West. Alrighty. So this is going to be my retainment predictions. It's an early one. We'll do another one at the end of the season. Kind of like relap and look back on this one. Kind of like look at it. Well, this like the mid season. Well, we say this is like the mid season one. Anyway, we'll do West predictions first. So we're gonna start out with the Blazers. So if I think a player is not getting retained, then I'll just like delete everything. Like I'll delete them off the screen. Let me just make sure I have everything saved before I start deleting players. You'll have to update this soon because the trade. Oh yeah, the Radiant trade. Yeah, I know that there's going to be the trade with Radiant, so there'll be some updating soon. I'll have to do anyway. I mean, the trade window closes in 3 days, so then I won't have to update it again. So, um, Laser 5 Gaming. They're not going to keep Bucket. I think this is Bucket's last year. He had a good career. All right. Um, Rob gone. Blazers. What picks did they get? So the Blazers have two firsts, right? That's what they got. So the Blazers have two first rounds next year. They got Lavish, and they received two first rounds. So they're probably gonna keep three players. Where is he going? I mean, I don't freaking know. The Heat. There's only so many teams that can trade for Radiant at this point. The Heat are probably the best team for Radiant to go to. That's the only thing. That's not a bad idea. Look at you. What color should I color in the box though? Oh, here. So what I'll do red for unretained, and I'll do green. Like I'll color in their box green or red. Um, One box will be red. The other one will be that light green. That's a good idea. Yeah, no, they're definitely keeping. I think that they're going to keep three. Do they have three first round picks or is it two? I thought they had two. I need to get a tracker. Hang on. Um, Fox, do you have your tracker? I don't know if you're in here, Fox. Do you have the tracker for like assets so I can like at least know what picks people have so I'm not like retaining extra people for no reason. Because if they have three first, because they wouldn't keep a they have three. Oh yeah, then they're not gonna keep Lavish then. If they have three. I don't, or Fox, are you in here? Because that would make it a lot easier. Oh, thank you, Fox. You're the best. Fox is such a good friend. You know that, guys? Wow, holy shit, Fox. This is fucking insane. This Sorry, I was just looking. Um, 2023. Blazers have Portland's first, Indy's first, Utah's first, have around four. So yeah, they do have the three first. So yeah, they're not gonna like you. That is correct. So JT York. Yeah, yeah. Fox is a fucking goat, dude. Like the fact that like this is like goat shit. This is stuff that I've been meaning to track. Like the fact that you have this, you're a fucking goat. God, dude, that's crazy. Um. All right. Anyway, so they won't keep. Bucket won't get retained. Should I just Mars? Should I just put this over their head and then like put their opacity? Do it like that. Oh shit. You're playing center. Okay. To do it like that. You think it's too much with that? In your opinion? Oh yeah, it's probably gonna be too much. Yeah, that makes sense. Randos will be retained. Lav will be unretained. Red retained. Then Rob will be. So because they have the three first round picks, they're not gonna keep. They're not gonna sacrifice a first to keep one of these players. They'll keep randoms and bread, and then they'll use those three first to get their new PG shooting guard. They're technically randoms will be at lock, so they'll get their new front court. I mean not front court, back court. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, let me lower the intake. Let me try to keep it consistent. But I like to lower the opacity just to like I think the lowering the opacity makes the retained player stick out more though. I like the idea of lowering the opacity of them. Like you can still see their picture, but like they're basically like not there. Um, Up next, Bucks GG. So currently Bucks GG, they have they don't have a first round next year, so that's going to be important to them. Uh, yeah. So in order for them to keep three, they'll have to sacrifice a second, third, and fourth. They'll have a second round. They'll have a Cleveland second. That's all they'll have next year. If they bring back three, but then no, but that wouldn't make sense. So they'd give up 2 picks, so they'd give up their third and fourth. Retainment works like I think they'd give up their third and fourth. Yeah. So I think this Bucks team will be interesting depending on the results. Um, well, they're gonna keep their like they wouldn't get rid of Cook, so I don't think they're gonna get rid of Johnny. Uh, this is where it gets interesting. They don't have a first round next year, so Cease will probably. I mean, Cease is not having a bad year though, but it's like they gotta like they can't bring everyone back. I mean, if they make the playoffs, I mean, it's this is a team. It's kind of like too early to call in a sense, but I don't see what like Dawsix and Cease are both good players, but it's a power forward. Honestly, I see them bringing Dimes back before back one of those two players. I have a weird feeling they'll bring Dimes back over these two players because I think the relationship between Lance and Dimes, like, and also like Dimes, like, it seems like he has a little leadership on that team. So I wouldn't be surprised if they prioritize him over a guy like Dawsix. But I mean, I think they bring. I think they'd have a second round pick, so they'd have that Cavs second round pick, which either I don't know what's going to happen with that depending on the lottery, but I could see the Cavs pick being I mean like a higher second round pick. And who do you bring back? Bring all Sixers. That's tough. I don't think you let go of Dimes. I don't think they're gonna let go of Dimes. Tough, man. Um, I think you can get a power forward. That's the thing. Like power forwards are usually not the ones you're, but locks also are kind of in a weird dynamic too. And if it's a second round pick, they might as well bring back. They're gonna bring back four. They're not gonna waste their time with if they have two second round pick. Basically, at this point, it's either do we have two second round picks or do we give up our second round pick to bring back a power forward lock. So yeah, I was gonna change that. I'll change those. But I'm stuck. This one's kind of tough. Um, I'll come back to the Bucks. Let me go through some more teams. I'm stuck on the Bucks right now. Well, this Cavs team. What? Let's see. What assets do the Cavs have at this point? So the Cavs have the Dallas first for next year. They have the Brooklyn second. They have the Kings third and fourth. So they have a first round pick still. They have the Mavs first round pick, which will be like a middle. Um. Well, obviously they're gonna bring back Walnut, right? Not gonna just throw him. They wouldn't just throw that out. Bring Walnut back. I would go back. Has to be Oreo. Maybe they bring back. Maybe they bring back four. And Doc isn't bad. I don't like this. I don't like this team at all. I don't think, regardless of going into, I would not like this. This is what we turned. We basically turned our multiple firsts from next year into this team. Biggie's the. I don't like this situation at all. Well, they'd sacrifice. They'd have that Dallas first, and they could and whatever player they're getting. It'd be a lock. It'd be a lot. I mean, I don't like this. I mean, but that's how I'd see it. They'd only have a first. They'd only have that first round pick. Then they'd have the Dallas first pick, and they would lock with that Dallas pick. I mean, yeah, they can't do anything into the offseason. I think a lot of their pieces are likely to get moved. I wouldn't be surprised if Walnut gets moved. I think Walnut's going to stick it out, but I don't think he's there to stay. I think Walnut gets moved again. I'd be surprised if a team that like in the lottery, like that has a high pick. That would not surprise me. Well, obviously these two are going to be stars, or so. Hang on, I got to move these two. Otherwise, I had to change real quick. Paulo's getting unretained. Paulo hasn't had a good year. So. Compete is always a guy there. Means that Compete's always been pretty good. Great personality, great leader, veteran player. Paulo goes unretained. See, let me look back at that. Let me look at the Jazz. Jazz have, damn, their picks are ass. The Gen G, so they'd give up the third and fourth, the Utah second, and they'd have the Gen G second round pick. They'd have the Gen G second round pick, and that's where they'd get their lock for power forward, depending on how the draft goes. Yeah, there's no point that they don't hold on to Duck. There's no point like to wait for a shooting guard, so they'd have to keep. They'd probably keep Duck too. I mean, they just trade. They basically just sacrificed their first round pick for Duck, so they're not gonna not hold on to him. So it wouldn't make sense to let go of Duck. So that's gonna be the retainment there. Bash just got traded here. You just gave up your star players. You're not gonna like Bash. So, uh, and Rush is gonna get retained. Honestly, what was the point of bringing Rim in? To just to get like for assets. That's kind of the one. Wait, what are the Kings? Wait, what picks are the Kings? Kings have the Cleveland first, so that could be a lottery pick. They have the Wizards. Wait, who has the Wizards first? Fox. Wait a minute, Fox. Who has the Wizards first? Do the Blazers have it? No. Magic have it? But who has the Wizards first round pick? Fox, I think your thing is incorrect. So the yeah, it is. So the Kings have yeah, do you see what I'm talking about? Fox, the Wizards first. That should be the Wizards first. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. All right, man. I caught your mistake. I got you. I got you. Why is there two chats on the screen? I wasn't there the whole time. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. No, it was on our graph. I was using Fox's spreadsheet. Um, Miles. Right. So they have two firsts. So they have two first round picks, and then they have a Then the Sacramento they have a second round pick. They hold on to Miles. I don't think so because it's a bad year. Like them having such a bad year, they might just want to keep not like bring back everybody. So I could see Miles unretained and just try to see what's out there for the second round. Because they'll have a high second probably. Well, Lakers gaming. Um, Lakers obviously are going to hold on to Reg. Would make sense not to. Crazy's been having like a type year. Reese has been having a pretty. Paid out the players that are. A lot of players like it seems like a lot of these players are gonna get back. It caught the Jazz can only retain three. Uh, Wait, isn't it not a first if you wait till after expansion? Oh, so it would have to be a. Yeah, you're right. If they wait after expansion, they're gonna expansion draft. Then can they bring back four by using their second round? Is that correct? Is that correct, Len? Okay, that's what it is. I always forget the rule. Okay, so if they protect two, but they're gonna protect three, they're not gonna take the chance on losing an expansion. That might go away. We'll see. Um, for the Lakers. Um, Lakers have Toronto first, and they have their own first, third, and fourth. So if you retain three, I'm trying to remember the rule. So if you retain wait, so if you only protect two, if you protect three before expansion, you sacrifice a second round pick, right? So it'd be the third and fourth, and then the second round pick, correct? Well, it does change, but I'm just saying from historically, like if you let's say you retain three players, right, before the expansion, you give up a second, third, and fourth, right? Not a first, correct? Because the first round pick is if you bring back a fourth, so if you retain three and then try to bring back a fourth, then you have to sacrifice that first. But if you retain the two, it's not a first. No, it's not. I don't think it is DT. First two don't cost a pick. Third guy costs a third rounder. Fourth guy costs a first. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay, that's correct. That's the correct one right there, Len. Thank you. So the third guy is going to cost a third rounder. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so they that should be interesting for the Bucks then. So, well, this is retained. This isn't. Shut up. DT, I know DT's facial expression right now. Oh man. Um. Well then, the Cavs would. I don't think they'd want to sacrifice a first rounder then. So what they would do, Cavs probably would hold on to. But then that would mean the Cavs would have to hold on to two and then sacrifice their. Damn, that's actually interesting for the Cavs then. I'm wrong on the Cavs because they're gonna bring back. They'd probably just bring back three because they just traded for Antoine. They're not gonna let go of Antoine. They traded for Doc. They might. They do change every year, Fox, but um, this is gonna that Cavs team is kind of tough. Um, Lakers have two first round picks. They're not gonna give up a first round pick for like a power forward or a lock. So these guys are gonna have to go in pain because they're not giving up first round picks for these guys. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't think they're bad players. I just wouldn't give up a first for because the Lakers have two first round picks. That's insane. That's insane, JT. That's actually insane. We saw how that worked out. um, they should bring back Zay depending on that circumstance, depending on what happens today. Um, Jerry will get brought back. I think Jake goes on retained. And symptoms, you're definitely. Hey, what the fuck? What? Wait, what? You had a dream last night that your girl cheated on you with your girl cheated on you with BT. That's crazy, bro. Bro, what? Yo, what? Bro, what? Bro, I'm crying. I'm about to cry, bro. Bro, what? You safe out there, Kings? Bro, what? Yo, what the bro? What am I? Bro, I've heard some crazy things in my chat over the years. That's definitely like that's something I should like save, bro. Can't stick together. That's crazy, bro. He said that. That's wild, bro. What? Bro, I can't believe what I just read in my chat, bro. That's crazy. Um, so the Mavs and the Mavs, shit, and Dallas is gonna have a third round pick, select the player next year. So they'll sacrifice their fourth. They'll sacrifice their fourth, third, have a second and third. Damn, bro. I don't like the situation next year for the Mavs at all. Sucks. Mavs are in a weird dynamic. Like they need to be winning right now, and it's kind of hard for them to build their future. Duck. You guys like it like that? It's like faded out like that. It's easier to pick out, right? Why I was doing it. Um, Vandy, Vandy's gonna get retained. Reed, I mean they traded for Reed. Rain, I gotta see what picks this team has. Gonna bring back. They're in a weird situation. This is the only thing I have about trades. It's like I don't know. When you think the trades through, you better make sure that your picks line up properly. I wonder if this team's trade like their picks line up correctly. Um, the Pacers have Sacramento's first next year. They have Orlando's second, Portland's third, and Indy's fourth. Dude, they literally have all different teams' picks. It's crazy. Um, so they'll give up. They have that Sacramento first. And I'm still working on that team. I don't know what the Bucks are gonna do. I mean, I'll fade them out for now. But the only thing about the Bucks is like, so they have second round picks next year. But if they bring, but they don't have a first. Oh, but they don't have a first to bring back a fourth anyway, so it doesn't matter. So they're not going to hold on to two going into expansion. Yeah, so they can't bring back four. The Cavs are going to have to. I don't think the Cavs would sacrifice. The Cavs have a Dallas first next year, but they're not going to. I don't think they'd sacrifice their first. I think they take the. They go with two. I think Oreo has to be the odd man out. I think that looks more realistic for the Cavs. That looks more realistic for the Cavs. Mm, I don't see the Pacers bringing back. Like, why would you give up? I see. This is why I don't like giving. Like, I would. I think if on the Pacers have to like depending on if there's an expansion team, so it's a gamble, right? If there's no expansion team, yeah, Len's been studying the assets, man. He's on his shits studying the assets. Um, hmm. I mean, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Ben, but I don't. In the same breath, it's kind of like depending on expansion, we don't know expansion at all. I mean, it doesn't make sense to trade for Rain and go through all that bullshit and gave up your first to not bring Rain back. But like the way they got to do it, they got to bring back. No, they can't go too into the expansion. Can't lose their guy. Yeah, they're gonna sacrifice their first. No, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense for them to like they're just gonna go into next year's draft. Len is right. The Pacers would give up their first. They'd still have Orlando's second. They'd have the Orlando second round pick. They'd give up a third, fourth, then they'd give up their first to bring back that fourth player. They'd have a second round pick. Yeah, they don't have a choice unless they want to. They have to like it's like the way their stuff lines up. Like they have to do it that way. Otherwise, they got to go to. Otherwise, they gotta go. They gotta go with the only way they can bring back and not give up their first is if they take a gamble in expansion. So what they could do is they bring back two. Like let's say they brought back like Vandy and Reed, and then like gambled and then brought back Rain and Joe Mar after expansion. So this is if they're this is like so like it would be a gamble. Definitely would be. It's something they could do, but they'll probably bring back four just to be safe. Um, well, this Pistons team, Radiant's about to get traded, so I don't really. I mean, I'll do it for now, but I don't see Radiant's not going to be on this team anymore in the next couple days. So. But Radiant, EG's done. Obviously, Rainbow's going to get in, even though Rainbow's not having like best of you. I think everybody's done on this team. To be honest, the retainment on this team is not going to be proper because of the trade. I don't know the exact trade at this point, so I won't like. It's kind of tough at this point. Radiant won't be on the team in a couple days. I honestly think Radiant's gonna. Honestly, Famous has got to make the move here, man. Famous has a first round pick, dude. Like Famous should be trading for Radiant right now. This should be the moment where we see Radiant go to the Heat. That is the perfect trade. There is a perfect trade for Famous to make, and I'll be really upset if he doesn't do it because this is his best defensive team he's ever had. If you add an offensive player like Radiant to your team to get 10 times better, you're a title contender coming out of the East. Yeah, you trade Sav for Radiant, give up your first and Sav, and you trade it for Radiant and something. That's simple. So Detroit has a first and second, then a third and fourth. Why am I drunk? Let's look at the Pistons real quick. Let me look at the Pistons real quick. I could see them add a third player, but the Pistons are one of the worst teams in the league. I don't see why they would bring too many people back. Especially if they do a trade for Radiant. With how like, whenever there's a team is bad, teams don't like to bring back a lot of players on the team. I don't think you're bad bag or anything if that's why you're like commenting. I don't think you're bad. I just think that it's like whenever a team is bad like this, like the team usually just like will clean house. I mean, there's a chance that like you're that third player back, but like Radiant, it really just dictates on Radiant the trade with Radiant. That's really what it comes down to. Elo is one of the best teams in the league right now, so they'll definitely bring as many people back as they'll sacrifice a first. Have one. Oh, I gotta look at their assets. I don't have it on my screen. Let me look at the T-Wolves assets. Yeah, they'll just the DJ will be the odd man out though. I feel like that's the easy one too. The T-Wolves is pretty simple. I don't know if I have to really explain the T. One of the best teams in the league. They're gonna bring back four. Yeah, it's just the odd man out. Can't bring back five in this league unless they change that this offseason. Uh, Hina's getting brought back. Getting brought back. Brought back. Do they have an asset for Mama? No, I didn't do. I'm trying to see if I didn't know if they had a fourth asset. Oh yeah, they'll sacrifice their first, unless Mama retires. That's what it depends on. Mama has plans to retire. It's different. Yeah, and Chaos is not bad. It's just that he's the odd. It's another odd man out on a bad guy. I didn't say bad guy doesn't have a chance. Bad guy has a chance, but I said it depends on the trade. Like if like yeah, that's how I look at it, JT. You know what I mean? Like that's exactly like what you just wrote is how I look at that situation. Like the team is bad, so like I think they're gonna clean house and they're gonna keep Ramo and then the player that they bring in, depending on the player. I mean, it really depends. Like if the player they bring in is Sav, then they're not gonna keep Sav. Like they'll probably not keep Sav. Like you know what I mean? Like if it's Sav, like they won't keep Sav, and then they'll just like have that for like that first or whatever picks they get. They'll have like the picks that they get, and then maybe then they bring back Bag. It depends on the picks, dude. Him and Ramo had a public outburst against each other. They're definitely trading him. There's definitely like conversations of him getting traded, and it's probably gonna happen in the next couple days because the trade deadline ends soon. He's I would say I'm 95% sure he gets traded. So I'm very confident he gets traded. Um, Up next, Mitos. Um, Duke's an interesting team. Team that I predicted to be one of the worst teams in the league at this point. They're they're not one of the worst, but they're not great. They had a good start to the season, and they kind of like weird. Say Duke's next year has a first, they have a second, they have all their picks. That's all they have. They just have their picks. So um they're gonna bring. I think they bring back Beat this like one of their better players. Um, I don't think they bring back Mario. I don't have a picture. I have a picture. See if I have a picture. Who do you see them trading Radiant for? The only teams that I could possibly see at this point, um, well, the team has to have a first round pick. So like maybe I wouldn't rule out the idea that the Blazers could use one of their first to bring Radiant and reunite Radiant and Bread. So I wouldn't rule out the Blazers being a possible candidate in that like in the Radiant sweepstakes, I guess you could say. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Blazers try to send something Pistons. The Knicks, I could see. Thanks for the follow for us, DC. I could see the Knicks in that trade. Yeah, maybe they want to move Ant. Maybe the Hornets, maybe trade their first next year. It really depends what the best offer. You know what I mean for Radiant. Like the Heat can give all the Heat can do is give up their first, which is probably going to be a higher first because it's I mean a later first because of them being good. Like so. Um, I heard the Celtics could be a team that's in the sweepstakes, but I don't think that would happen. I think that they like FT. I think that they've been doing solid. Cavs have first. The Cavs have first. They have the Dallas first, so they could give up the Dallas first. The Cavs could do that. Like the Cavs could get involved with it. Um, but they have Antoine, so it'd be like it has. And the Cavs don't have assets. It doesn't matter. The Cavs can't trade at this point. The Cavs have zero assets, so the Cavs are the only team in the 2K league that can't trade. They already used all their assets. Gen G only the only other team with like low on assets is Gen G, who has two, and Kings. So, anyway, back into it. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I was like, what am I looking for? For a picture of Mario. I have one. Uh, if I have that old, I'm just pulling out an old picture of Mario. Hang on. All right, this was from last year. Throwback. That's a throwback graphic right there, guys. Mario. Um, they bring back Killy. Um, Emo has been up and down. Nets, Lakers, Kings, B5 all have multiple. Yeah, so the I mean the Nets could make something happen, but does a team want to give up multiple firsts for Radiant? I don't think you should. I mean, dude, there's a lot of PGs in next year's class. I don't see the purpose of like team if a team does that, I don't think that's a good idea, in my opinion. You trade multiple firsts, like to get Radiant, like I don't think Radiant's a bad player, but at this point we saw 630 go for only one first round pick. If Radiant goes for multiple firsts, then you're overvaluing getting that guard. You know what I mean? So like using multiple firsts to get Radiant versus and only costing one first to get 630, you're putting yourself in a very like that's you're paying too much for it at that point. I'd give up maybe a high first that expected to be a high first. So like said the Lakers, obviously Lakers. Which team with a rookie PG is contending right now? Well, like adding Radiant at this point in the season is to win a title, right? You know what I mean? It's to excel to try to go make that title run. And the Heat are in the perfect position. The Heat are the perfect team for Radiant to go to. But the Kings can't do anything. They got bashed that they wouldn't do that. There's no point in getting Radiant. B5. I mean, I don't hate that for the Blazers at all. I think it'd be a good idea for the Blazers. Trade one of their first round picks. Maybe they could trade one of their first round picks. And if they were to give up, if the Blazers were to give up two first round picks, I think they give up Utah and Indy, the Utah and Indy pick. I think they give up those two first and then keep their. I think the Blazers try to keep their own first round pick. If that, but even then, I think that Utah sticks with those three first. I mean, the Blazers should stick with those three first. There's no reason, in my opinion, to give up that first round pick, like all those first. I think you rebuild. At this point, adding players to your roster, like I mean, I don't hate the idea of Brady, and I would only offer one first round, and if they don't take it, they don't take it. I would just, I would offer the Indy first round pick, like because the Heat pick is gonna be a so like your team, like if I'm a GM, right? I love talking about being a GM all the time. Um, I know I'm competing with Miami because Miami is going to offer a first and Sav. Okay, that's one of the teams competing. The other team is the Knicks and Ant. The other team, next one would be Brooklyn and their first. Which I mean, the Milwaukee. It's either they give out the Brooklyn pick or the Milwaukee pick. And I don't see Brooklyn giving up multiple firsts. If someone decides to give up multiple firsts, good for them. But if I'm in this situation and I'm trying to get Radiant, I'm offering my one first. I'm not offering multiple firsts. I'll take my chances at this point. If I'm a sinking franchise, I'll take my chances. But if I'm the Heat, I'm offering my first round pick. Like if I'm the Heat, I'm offering my first round pick. If I'm the Kings, I'm not really bothering with it. Unless I give them unless I give the Pistons bash, which I could do the Wizards. I could do the Wizards first, and I don't even like that because like I don't know, I don't like that at all. I mean, I don't see the Kings in that at all. Um, they got Magic just got unguardable, so I mean, unless they trade the Orlando first, like unless like it would be a really interesting combo to have unguardable and Radiant together. Have unguardable at the shooting guard. It's kind of like that Cooks Iverson and Radiant combo. You got a good shooting guard that can produce off ball. They retained. Um, Depends on the situation. I obviously you probably know about it. Future. It depends on what's going on. Like I said, I'm not going to share that information. It's not my place to share that. Um, but depending on what happens in his situation, find out future. But I know why you're saying that. Anyway, get back to retainment. Um, so don't, this team's only going to bring back. Would only be able to bring back. I don't think they're going to sacrifice a first to bring back Majestic. But I also don't know. I mean, they did use such a high pick to bring Simo. I don't want to leave Majestic out, but like I don't know. That seems like that would make sense. I mean, they could just bring back two. If I was the Dukes Infinitos, I'd bring back two, and then I would bring back like because I would retain two at first, and then I would bring back Majestic. And I mean, I don't know if I bring back the whole. I don't know if I even want to bring back Simo. Simo, you use such a high pick on Simo, so it's a tough thing about it. But we'll see what like 3v3, it's fine, but 5v5, it's not. So it's kind of weird. Um. Okay. So let me just sure everything's correct on here. Jazz don't retain Duck. Can I get some reasoning on it? Because so with Jazz Gaming, they can't retain four. They don't have a first round pick to retain four. So they're not gonna get. They're going to basically they go into expansion. They're not gonna let compete sit out there in expansion. They'll bring back three, but then they won't be able to bring back a fourth because they don't have a first round pick to bring back Duck. So that's the reason why. So they won't like technically they won't be able to bring back Duck because they don't have a first to bring him back unless they do two before expansion and then they can bring back Duck, but they're not gonna be able to do that. The Duck move was in my opinion, it was a bad move. You gave up your first round pick for a player that you're not going to be able to bring back. That's not good. That, in my opinion, like I guess they're just they're taking a risk and hoping they go for a title. And maybe their thought is maybe that like better lock in pre-draft or lock in. Yeah. So, but yeah, no, that trade. I mean, Bag can be brought back. It just depends on the trade. Like whatever happens in this Radiant trade is going to dictate whether or not Bag gets brought back. That will dictate a lot because the team, like I don't see it as a bad idea. Bring back Bag. I would bring back Bag, but also it depends on this team. We see their picks. What would they give up? I mean, they'd only have to give up third round pick for him. Actually, I don't hate the idea. I wouldn't bring back EG or Charger, but I don't hate that idea for bringing back Bag at all. I mean, if you only have to give up a third, bring back Bag, I don't hate it. It's really gonna dictate on the trade. I don't hate that at all. The rest of this, I don't think I'm gonna change. I don't think there's anything else I'm gonna change. Let me just run through it real quick for the West. Blazers, I'm fine with. They have 3 firsts. They're not going to give up a first to bring back one of those 3 players. Bucks, they don't have a first to bring back a 4th player, so they're not going to be able to bring back 4 people. Cavs, they have. Thanks for the follow, free to guys. Appreciate it. Cavs, what picks do they have? They have a first, and they have Brooklyn's second. I don't think they're going to sacrifice a first to bring back Oreo. Jazz, they're not going to they don't have a first, so they can't bring back a 4th. Yeah, I'm about to do East. I got you. I got you. About to do East. I'm running through the West to make sure I have it all correct. Kings. What picks do the Kings have? Kings have 2 firsts and a second. So they're gonna so they'll bring back 2. Lakers. Lakers have 2 first round picks. They're not gonna sacrifice first rounds for these 2 guys. They don't. The Mavs don't have a first, so they're not going to bring back a 4th. Pacers, they're going to have to sacrifice their first to bring back 4 people. So, Pistons, they'll trade. Radiant's going to get traded, but like I said, they'll probably add a 4th to their team. I mean, a first round pick to their team. So the Pistons would have 2 first round picks next year if they trade away Radiant to get somebody. So they'll have 2 first round picks plus the player that they get for Radiant. Fair. Yeah, that seems correct. They'll just sacrifice their first. They'll sacrifice their first. They're not going to sacrifice. They don't. They're not going to sacrifice a first for one of the players. So one of them's odd man out. Okay. Well, so then this is going to be my retainment predictions for the Western Conference. Um, Up next, we're gonna go over and we're gonna do the East. So, um, just like the other conference, if I do red, it's on a retain. Green is retained. So Gray is getting retained. 30 is obviously getting retained. Yusuf is getting retained. Sixers have a first, and all these they're not. I don't think they sacrifice a first round pick for because then they don't have like they have to take their lock in the 3rd round. Dude, that's tough for this. I mean, they're a good team, so maybe they do bring back with their first because it's going to be a late first anyway. So yeah, I think DT gets. I think they all get retained. I think they bring back 4. They have a good roster this year, especially depending on the run they make. I mean, they just won a tournament, 5v5. They've had a pretty good year. Yeah, he got traded, but he ended up having a good tournament, and like stayed on the team. Like why would they just like let a good player go? They're not gonna let like even though they were trying to trade him, doesn't mean they're just gonna like let him walk. You know what I mean? Like they'll bring him back. Then Eli's the odd man out. Then up next, FT. This is an interesting team. Peso gets back. And not that Bully's doing anything wrong. It's just our forward position. Tough to stay. What picks do the Celtics have? They have all their picks, so unless they're the team that trades for Radiant, I mean they're gonna bring back three. Not gonna. I feel like they let. Oh, this is weird. FT's been having a pretty good. Trey's been. Trey's okay. They have a tough choice in there. They have a tough choice. I feel like it'd be cold, but at the same time, like Trey was a high first round pick. Kind of tough. Celtics, I'm not really sure about. I don't know about that. I don't know about. I mean, I think it's cold. I don't know. I think it's cold. That like, but do you really let go of Trey after you just took him that high? I find it kind of tough to like. I understand Cole. I like. I think Cole is more likely. Trey. It's a shame to let go. Like to let go of Trey. The team where I think their circumstance, they might need to hold two and then let expansion happen. This is if I was them, I would hold two, and then I'd bring back my third and fourth player. Then that way I don't have to give up my first. How I look at it. Gallo, I mean, didn't get retained. um, does Genji have their first, right? Genji has a first, so I don't think Len is going to give up his first for Hezzy or Dawn. I think they're good players, but I don't first like a first round. I think they better off just. I mean, Dawn and them are good though. They're one of the better teams. Actually, they could bring. I mean, it sucks. It sucks for them. I could see them sacrifice the first one of these players. I think that they depends on the end result of the season. There's still a lot of game to be played before they actually do. I'll come back to them. Barton, I think BP having a pretty good outing. So, um, A-Rod hasn't been having a bad year. He's better than what I was saying, but I don't think he gained. Chris would give up a first. Pay money's the odd man out. Surprised if they give up a first. Pay money. but I don't think that's worth that. And I don't see them giving up a first for Hawks. I mean, these has been solid. In 3v3, they've been doing their thing, but 5v5, it's been rough for them. Like they just traded for Ices, go unretained. Gotta keep let him. Um, this hasn't really like no, he's been in between. Um, Hawks have all their picks next year. They're only gonna bring back three. I don't think that they bring back put back over. That's not bad. Might just be a position they hold on to it. Oh, I don't really like this. I like put back. I don't like that one. Um, back. You know what's interesting? If Famous doesn't make the trade, but here's my thing. One of two things are gonna happen no matter what. You guys ready for this? No matter what, either Famous. So here's why Famous should trade staff. Okay, for Radiant if it's an option. Okay, no matter what, he wants to bring back staff next year. He has to give up his pick. So it's either you give up your first round pick to bring back Sav, or you trade Sav away and your first to go get God. And what do you mean God? What are you talking about? No matter what, Famous is in a dilemma where he has to end up giving him his first for that. Like on the boss, God, what are you talking about? He's gonna hold on to Saucy. He's gonna hold on to Saucy. I don't see why Saucy's been one of his better players. He's a vocal leader on the court. Dietrich, I mean, he's definitely gonna hold on to Dietrich. Dietrich's been having a good year. They've been one of the best defensive teams. They're gonna keep this core together. Honestly, tough because he has like his future clutch. Like it's like sucks to like let future clutch go out there like that because this has been a really good defensive team. They won't be able to bring back a fourth unless they sacrifice their first, and I don't think they'd sacrifice first to bring back a lock. I think that James has got to be trying to push for Radiant. No way, he's not. Um, Hornets. Well, the Hornets can't bring Glenn because he's replacement players. Matter. Can't bring Glenn back. He's a player. Um, they had to give up a first for Hezzy. I'm not sure. Would you give up a first to bring back Hezzy? I mean, I could see it. That's the thing. It's like some of these it's tough because you got to give up a first to bring back the player. But it is a late. I mean, he's good. It's just that if you give up the first, which that's who I'd bring back with the first if I'm gonna do it. Like, it wouldn't be Don's good too. The whole team is good. I mean, if the team, it depends on the results of the season, on how the season ends, and how they bring back their fourth. But theirs is kind of like one of those it's too early to call situations. It all comes down to how their season. Like if they get first rounded out of playoffs, then it's different. But if they go like if they make a deep run, then yeah, like they're gonna hold on to a guy like his, and they're just gonna run it back and bring in like they're just gonna try to run it back. They have a good team. I mean, I could see them make a run. I don't hate the Hezzy one. That's why I didn't finish it yet. Like I didn't darken him out because I don't know. They got to finish their season before I kind of dictate that. Um, like I said, the Hornets can't bring back Glenn because he's a replacement player. That looks about right. The Hornets, dude, the Hornets are in such a bad situation. If I'm the Hornets, I'm not gonna lie to you. They gotta go. They gotta get a. They gotta get some. They gotta get some good players next year. They're in a tough circumstance. They're in that rebuild mode, but it's like thanks for the fall, OD Sippy. Appreciate the fall. Um, Six Gaming. Geek's gonna come back. I don't see why they wouldn't bring. Um, this is the team that just has all their own picks, so they'd probably bring back three. They wouldn't sacrifice a first. They bring back Glow or Stick back next to the fourth team conference. You got to bring back one of the two. Center is usually harder to come by. Probably going to be low. I don't like that. Stick has been good. This is a team that might surprise us and give up their first. I could see them give up their first to like bring back. They make they're a playoff team. Make a little bit of a run in the playoffs if you could. Yeah. Um. Well, that's where I debated. Like, I debated that it could be put back. So I'm still like there's that one I'm kind of like tough on. So like put back could be like it could be put back here instead of witness, but it's kind of tough to give up a player that you kind of like gave up a lot to get. I mean, they'd have their first round next year to get us a shooting guard, right? I think that's what it. Yeah, so they could use their first next year to get a shoot. That I wouldn't hate. I like that a little more. I like that more. I like the putback one. The Knicks, I think, are going to give up for all their picks and try to go for I think that they bring back their entire team except one. No, I didn't say stick over. I didn't do stick yet. I think they're gonna bring back four. I think this is a team that sacrificed. Yeah. I think they sacrificed their first round pick. I think that's a team that sacrifices their first round pick. Bring back four because like they're a good team and they're a pretty good team and they're like a top four team in the Eastern Conference. I think they bring back that entire core. Um, Magic. They're gonna bring back Guardable. They bring back Maddie. I think Snubby's gone. I know that Jonah loves me. How many firsts did the Magic have? Magic have the Orlando first, and then they have the Indy second. So they still have their own first round pick. I don't think they sat. No, why would they trade for Jen? Was Jen to get that first? They hold on. Like, did they trade? Like, did they trade Jen to have him next year, or did they trade Jen just to give up to get that first from them? I think that's what that was. Like, wait, let me check that trade again. Trying to make sense of why they got Jen in the trade. So they gave up Duck, their third round pick, to get Jen in the first. And then they use that first. Yeah, I don't think they would do all that not to bring. I don't think they'd do all that not to bring Jen, right? Crazy. Did all that trade. I don't know, loves May, but go about first for May. I could see him go into expansion, but I don't think Jonah would give up a first round pick for May. Tough decisions are going to be made in this offseason for a lot of these. A lot of tough decisions offseason, guys. Yeah, Maddie. They like Jonah. I feel like likes Maddie. I mean, not necessarily at the four, but he's a utility player. You know what I mean? Like definitely gonna definitely gonna retain. Definitely gonna retain. The utility player. Like you can go in so many directions with Maddie on your team compared to anybody. Like compared to the other two guys, yeah, you can go so many directions with Maddie compared to any. It just he has more use out of him. That's it. It's just more like he's a utility player, so he's better. It's kind of your Maddie is like I compare him to Nudini. He's a player that can play multiple positions, He's your Nudini-esque player that can play multiple positions and step into multiple roles. So I like players like that. Dude, like Nudini and Maddie, if I had them on my team, that's a dream scenario for me. I'd love to have both those players on it. Those are utility players. Um, Up next, Nets gaming crew. King Hod is not getting. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. And of course, shots is getting. They have two first, right? Yeah, they have two first. Um, these are streets. Which one do you bring back? I mean, streets has been good. Also have a great leader in that you're like the sucks to lose. Like he's just for his personality alone is makes him so valuable. You're losing a valuable player, but you could get him back in the draft. You have two first round. Well, I mean, he wouldn't be back to the Nets, but the Sixers situation all over again. Sixers situation all over again. The team has two first round, like they have these first round picks, but they can't. Like you can't be giving up a first round for. It's a tough situation. I don't. I mean, I like Steve's a lot. Good player. He's a good personality. Like I just like him overall. Um, we're always gonna hold on to Kenny. On the type. Anna, you're gone. Anna goes unretained. Picks to the. Wait, what picks to the? They have Raptors. The Raptors don't even have a first round pick next year. Oh, they're fucked. Oh, the Raptors are screwed. The Raptors really got ripped off in that deal for to get Saint. It's a bad trade. It's not even because of Saint. It's like, dude, you literally gave out too much to move up to get a bad trade. Because they don't have a first next year, and they don't, so they can't get a PG, and they can't bring back four people. That's so bad. Raptors are is one of the worst scenarios. I already know what this team's going to do. The Wizards have to do this. They don't have a first round pick. That's literally the exact scenario for the Wizards that has to happen. That's not. It doesn't matter. That was January 18th. That was a totally different time. He's not. It doesn't matter. That does not apply. That was January. That does not apply. Like Saucy turned out to be really good. That does Forrest. That's not happening. He's not going to Miami. That spot is filled now, especially because Saucy's having a good year. You're crazy, Forrest. You're crazy. Do you think that's something from 2 years ago? I mean, not 2 years, all the way in like January. No, no. That's not how the league works. I promise. Unfortunately, that role is filled. You know what I mean? Like he's not gonna like maybe he can go on another team, but he's not gonna be on the Heat. Especially the Heat making playoffs and being good. Like why would they get rid of Saucy? All right, so let's run through these teams. Okay. So Dre, 630, DT, and Yusuf. So Sixers would give up their first. They'd end up only having the Indy third next year draft to go select a player. Celtics. So the Celtics would bring back three, and they would still have their first round pick for next year. They have their first and second pick, I'm pretty sure, because they Gallo, DJ, Hezzy, G. So NG would sacrifice their first. All they would have is the Utah third round pick. Uh, the Grizz Gaming, BP Authentic, Spartan. The Grizz, I don't think are going to sacrifice a first to bring. I don't think they would do that. Hawks, and the reasoning behind that is more of just like the chemistry between Witness. I think it's been working well. Hawks do have a first round pick next year, but they're not going to sacrifice it to bring back four with this current. Um, Heat. I mean, they have these three players. That's a good core to have. They're not going to sacrifice a first to bring back Future or Sav. That wouldn't make sense. We got to get a new guard. Um, Hornets, Venom, GT. They are going to bring back Crown and DJ. They can't bring back Glenn. Not going to bring back Swan or Tate. So they'll just have their pick, their first and second round and stuff next. Hell it is. Um, it's this team is going to sacrifice their first because they have been a top four team, so I can see them sacrificing their first, bring back a fourth player. Um, Magic, guardable Jen, Natty. I mean, I don't think they would not bring back Jen after a situation. And next year they would have their first round pick next. Magic would use their first round pick next year to either select the lock or select the center. Probably a center. Probably be a center. Nets GC. Nets GC have two first round picks, so they would bring back these three, and then they'd use first on. Actually, they use a first on a lock instead of a power. That's actually interesting. They have two first. I wonder if they would bring back Steez so they could use their first on a lock instead of a power forward. They um Raptors uprising. They're gonna bring back three. They don't have a first to bring back a fourth, so they can't bring back four no matter what. Wizards, they don't have a first, so they can only bring back three. That's why the Wizards at back because that's their core. They're not gonna break up that core. They're just gonna have to build in the draft. They're in like a they really like sold that trade. Um, where everyone's darkened out. That's not in. Yeah. So this is basically. So I'll go back and show the Western Conference real quick for you guys. So this is the Eastern Conference. Obviously, everyone in green is the ones that are getting retained from my eyes, and unretained is red. That's darkened out. Um, the Western Conference. Trying to see if there's a about right. About right. Good. Alrighty. Let me just export these real quick. Save this quick. Is there any of them that you guys like disagree on here? Like, what's one that's like on here? You guys are just like, there's no way that ever happens. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is pretty good. Which ones am I iffy on? Let me run through it. I'm confident on the Blazers. I'm a little iffy on this situation with the Bucks. I feel like the Dimes one I'm a little iffy on. I could see them bringing back Caesar Doll 6 over Dimes, but also Lance has a good relationship with Dimes, so I don't know if they also traded for him. You know what I mean? Like so, it's always tough in those scenarios. So that's the one I'm iffy on. The Cavs one, the Cavs I'm kind of confident in. It's tough to see Oreo get left out, but it's kind of like that circumstance. They got to give up a first. I don't think they do that. Jazz. I mean, I'm confident in that one. Kings. I'm confident in that one. Um, Lakers. Confident in that one. They're not sacrificing a first for tactical greens. Whatever. Confident in the Mavs. Depends what happens to Zay. Pacers. I mean, I'm pretty confident in that one. Um, Pistons, I don't know because like if they trade rating, I don't know what's gonna happen with that situation. T Wolves, I'm confident. Warriors, I'm confident. The Dukes team could surprise me, but that one is like iffy a little as well because of the season having. Um, Eastern Conference, I'm pretty confident in the Sixers one. Um, it's tough to see a team. They might not give up their first, but also they'll have a later on first. They make a run in the playoffs, so I could see them bring back four regardless. Celtics. It's I'm iffy with it because Trey Dollars. It's like tough for them to like let go of Trey that quickly after 1 year. So, Genji, I'm pretty confident in Genji at this point. Riz, I'm confident in. Then giving up a first for J Money. Hawks, I mean, they could bring back Witness over put back, but I kind of like if dude for me. Heat. Yeah, I'm confident in the Heat. They're not giving up a first for Sav or Future. Um, because they need to get a new guard with that first round pick. Um, Hornets, tough, but that's how it'd go because they can't bring back Glenn, the replacement player. So that'd be there too. I'm confident in that one. Pretty confident in the Knicks to bring back four. The Magic, I'm confident in that one. Nets, it could be D's instead of Mean Streets. That's the only thing I'm like iffy with those two. Confident in the Raptors. Um, Confident in the Wizards. So that's yeah. No, I'm confident pretty much in all of these. So yeah, but these are my retainment predictions for East and Western Conference. So we are gonna move on to the last portion of this broadcast, which is going to be leading up to the three switch predictions. I'm actually just gonna do some predictions of 3v3. I heard the Sixers are drop. Yeah, Chaz, dude, where have you been, Chaz? Holy shit, dude, I've heard from you in a minute. Congrats, Chaz. Um, that's crazy, Chaz. I have not heard at all. Hope you're doing well, man. Um, all right, so now we're gonna be doing the 3v3 Switch tournament predictions. Wow, we literally have a finals matchup with Wizards versus Dukes Infinitos for the first round. That's crazy. So I'm gonna go Wizards in that one. Um, Knicks versus Handles. I think we're gonna see a community team win. Um, like a round. Um, Celtics, Jazz. I'm gonna go Celtics. I like the Celtics over the Jazz. The Jazz don't give a shit. Just Warriors, they look pretty red hot recently, so go Warriors. Um, Cavs, Hawks. I'm gonna go Hawks over the Cavs. Um, I like the Pacers. Heat, Pistons, Hornets. Um, Tough one. I'm gonna go Hornets. Um, Sixers, Bucks. Um, I like Dre a lot this year. Okay. Brown. I'm gonna go Warriors. Celtics. Like they're a red hot team coming into. Um, Pacers, Hawks. Pacers. Wizards. Handles. I don't think that. Like I think that's kind of. I'm gonna go with Sixers. Here's you know I have to take the Pacers. Warriors defense. I think this is the tournament. Warriors get hot and Warriors finally win a three. Shock the. I think that the Warriors will shock the MVP. Be an interesting tournament. There you go. There's my predictions. I made a quick bracket for you guys at 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is basically my predictions for 3v3. Um, get a prove champ, right? Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean, I've been in and out of 3v3, so I can't say I have like the strongest knowledge in 3v3 compared to 5v5. Um. So I mean, this is kind of what I've seen from my perspective, just what I've watched. Um. I mean, I'm sure I could see like some upsets for some weird runs. So yeah, but this is my bracket for the Switch tournament. This will be my predictions. Is there anybody? Is there any prediction on here that you guys are just like, well, that is way off. Don't know what's going on. Whatever. Like, what's one prediction on here you guys are questioning right now? If any, if there is any prediction at this, Pacers Hawks would be correct. Yeah, it would be that's a crazy matchup. I just think Vandy's gonna have like the edge for them. Kind of weird that like a Grizz team that has BP is not in this. Very interesting. Yep. Well, guys, I think that's everything I have for you guys today. It's been a pretty good stream. We stayed pretty consistent. I'm gonna kind of do some closing remarks, kind of talk about some things. So I just want to say, guys, hang on, let me pull myself on the big screen. I appreciate you guys coming on here, man. It's been a good night. Thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed, all the people who watched in here. I'll try to, be live more in the upcoming weeks as I can. Obviously, I'm very busy with school and life, so we'll see what happens. But I do appreciate you guys coming by. Please make sure you guys subscribe. I'll be putting this up on the YouTube channel. Maybe I'll have to see. It might be a couple days, but I do appreciate you guys. Hope you guys all have a good day. Um, like I said, this has been episode 6 of 2kCrossFire. Hope all you guys have a good night. M2K, off.